Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here. We are here for Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 47. And they are calling this The Sex Whisperer. But we're going to retitle it as we always do. And I'm just going to call it This Is Dumb. This is dumb, y'all. We got Dumb and Dumber all throughout the episode. I don't even know who to choose between who is the dumbest one of them all this episode. But this is just crazy, y'all. But first of all, we're going to start off with Justine and Michael. And I'm going to say what the dumb part of it is between Justine and Michael. And that is when Justine's mom, or not her mom, her mother-in-law, because it's really Michael's mother-in-law, said, "Hey, girl, I see you a little bit behind in all this laundry. It's laundry everywhere. And I'm going to help you do all this laundry." And what was dumb was when Justine said, no, she don't want no help. She want to be able to do everything herself. She want to be able to handle things like she been handling things. Girl, you're not handling nothing. That house is a pigsty. It really is. And to have so many kids in the house that are old enough to know how to wash clothes, I don't understand this. I really don't understand it. This is dumb. Like I said, this is Dumb and Dumber. This is dumb. She got darn near adults living there with her. I mean, once you reach the age of 10, you should know how to do your own laundry. I'm telling you, it's so easy to do laundry these days. Everything is so simple to do laundry these days. Darn near they want you to wash everything in cold water anyway. How much damage can you do? And for there to be that many dirty clothes in that house with all those kids, they darn near got a full-on commercial cleaning crew living in the house. They got enough employees that can clean houses to start their own business. It's crazy that Justine's house is that junky. I understand that she can't do stuff because she's pregnant, but something tells me Justine just has a junky house period all the time. And she don't know how to get them kids to working. She don't teach no discipline because she ain't got no discipline. Them kids don't have no duties, no chores. Their room is a mess. The whole house is a mess. And when that mama said, "I will help you with that laundry," Justine should have been saying thank you. But instead what she doing is she don't want to be told what to do, and she want to run things in the house the way she run to. She don't want no help. She don't want to be told what to do. She don't want no advice. She don't want to listen to nobody. Justine is hard-headed. Just hard-headed. What a dumb thing to do. What a dumb thing to do to turn down some help to clean up that nasty house. When that mama came here, at least that mama, she apologized for the last time Justine was pregnant when she made her take a paternity test, or at least tried to get her to take one. Justine was like, "I ain't taking it back then, and I ain't taking one now." But at least the mama went ahead and apologized. I know she did because she ain't got nowhere to stay now. You know you're going to apologize when your whole house burned down in the fire and you got nowhere else to go. Of course you're going to apologize. You need somewhere to live. But that don't mean she's not sincere. So I'm not going to say that the mama, the mother-in-law, the grandma is not sincere. But hey, it is ironic that the apology comes at the time when she's homeless. But better late than never. I guess what they say, better late than never. And Justine says she still ain't told her own mother that she's pregnant because she don't get along with the mom. Who does Justine get along with? Does she trust anybody? She don't trust Michael with the kids if she passes away. She don't trust Michael's mama. She don't trust her own mama. Who does Justine trust? After a while, when you meet a person and that person has beef or problems with everybody, you start to realize, girl, you may be more of the problem than you think. When you can't get along with no one, you might want to look within. You really might want to look within. But the first step she want to do is she should be trying to say, "Yeah, please help me with this laundry," because that house is messy and junky. Them kids ought to be helping out way more than they're helping out. Way more. And once we get on the topic of talking about kids, we got to talk about Zariah and Troy. Zariah, the mean stepmama. I'm with Yona. What's her name? Yana, whoever it is. I would be skeptical about my daughter coming to stay with Zariah too. Zariah is mean. She's mean. I wouldn't trust Zariah to treat my daughter right. And that little girl, her name is Troy too. She's such a sweet little girl. She seems so well mannered, just so sweet and loving. I really like her. I really like the little daughter. And I can see how Yana wouldn't want her coming to stay with Zariah, because Zariah is mean. Zariah is mean not only to Troy. If Zariah can't be nice to Troy, how would I expect Zariah to be nice to my daughter, sending my daughter over there to hang out with Troy and her? No wonder Troy ain't seen his daughter for a whole month, because Zariah don't want it to happen. Zariah over here want Troy to be a father to her son, but don't want Troy to be a father to his own daughter. She only lived 2.5 hours away. They act like they live in a whole nother state. 2.5 hours, geez. Some people in LA commute for 2.5 hours to work every single day. Zariah and Troy act like that's so far away to see the daughter. 2.5 hours? They got money to go get that daughter. They got all that money to smoke weed. Why don't they have enough money to put some money in a gas tank to go get that daughter? Because Zariah ain't encouraging it. She discouraging it. You know that's right. But this time the mama Sharon, isn't that her name? Sharon brought that girl down on her own and said, you need to see your daughter. I'm bringing her down. Your daughter want to see you. She misses you. So I'm going to bring her down on the train. Good for Sharon. And at first I thought Zariah was going to come in and stop it and say, no, you can't go. You can't take her to the museum because you're supposed to be only taking Israel to the gym. I was just waiting any moment for Zariah to come behind some screen or some curtain and blow the whole game plan up. But luckily they were able to take the kids to the museum. The little girl had a good time. So did Israel. And at one point in time, Troy told little Troy, you need to keep an eye on your big brother. What? Well, you guys did tell me that. Y'all did tell me that Israel's autistic, so maybe that's why he said keep an eye on your big brother, because even though he's older, he might need a little bit more looking out for. And little Troy, she seemed like she's pretty well behaved and mature for her age. So there you go. Good to see it. Good to see it. But even when the next day, or not the next day, another part in the episode, Troy was calling back up to Jan and saying, hey, can you bring my daughter down again? Because, I'm going to be doing this big old community event. And what he really wanted to do was show out in front of his daughter. He wanted to show his daughter, look at your daddy. Your daddy doing big things out here. And I want you to see me being responsible. I just don't want you to see me as the man behind bars, the ex-felon, the ex-con, selling drugs. I want you to see me out here doing some good. So let me call up your mama and tell your mama to bring you on down here to see me. And he lets Zariah know, the evil witch stepmom from the north, the south, wherever you want to call it, 2 miles away. The evil stepmama from 2.5 hours away says, I want to have my daughter come down. And what does Zariah do? Zariah does what the selfish person always does. What about me? What about me, and how is this going to affect me? Me. That's all Zariah ever cares about is herself. This is our anniversary. This is your work anniversary. Zariah done come up with 1 million anniversaries. How many anniversaries you got on this day now, Zariah? You got a work anniversary. You got an anniversary coming home from prison. You got an anniversary for what? You being a couple? I don't know. She was talking about anniversaries, plural. That's all the reason why the daughter can't come. Well, why can't the daughter come down and celebrate one? Talking about it's supposed to be a special day for us. How is it that special when you're going to be at a whole community event? Zariah act like Troy wanted to bring his daughter on a romantic dinner on Valentine's Day. It's a community event, Zariah. It's going to be a whole lot of strangers there. But all of a sudden, you got a problem with the daughter coming? Girl, get out of here. You had a whole community event with strangers, and all of a sudden you said, oh, this is too intimate to bring your daughter to. It's going to take away from the anniversary. Girl, Zariah is an evil stepmama. She really is. Selfish. I don't like her. Never did. But talk about selfish mamas. Did you see what Louie's mother tried to pull? You see that little act Louie's mother tried to pull when she saw that ring? Now, I know y'all told me that before this Love After Lockup, there was Love During Lockup. And supposedly from Love During Lockup, Melissa was a piece of work. Melissa was putting Louie down, thinking less of him. So was her family. And a lot of y'all are on the side of the mama. Well, you know what? I didn't see Love During Lockup, so all I got to go off is what I see now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a fan of that mama. I'm not a fan at all. I'm not really into mothers who want sons for their boyfriends. It's just not my thing. It's really not my thing, especially no 43-year-old man. And the type of language that mama was using was selfish behavior. Selfish behavior. And when they had to come tell her that they got engaged, they said, well, let's not tell her. Let's see if she recognizes the ring first. So they decide they're just going to go to dinner, and hopefully they see this big old 2-carat diamond ring shiny, flashing in the lights. And they get there and they have a little dinner date set up with Louie's mom and Melissa's dad, Ron. And Ron talks about he's skin and bones. Ron must have cancer or something. He really like he's on his last leg. So at this time, I sure hope Ron ain't causing no mess, because you don't want to go out of this world kicking up mess. You might as well make peace with everybody. And if you about to cross on over to the other side and get your wings, maybe you ought to make peace with Louis, since he's going to really be the only one here left to take care of your daughter. So maybe he can stop being so mad at Louis, as if Louis not good enough for his daughter. Because in the end, that's all that's going to be here to take care of Melissa. So he might as well be happy. But it really wasn't him who was causing the mess. It was the mama. But she did see the ring. She said, hey, what's that on your finger? She saw the ring. She had to put her glasses on and take a look at that ring. Because she said, let me tell you, this ring looks good. She asked Melissa to take off the ring so she could see it up close. And Melissa was like, what? I don't want to take it off. What you going to do with it? Louis was like, what you going to do? Throw it in the river? She said, no, I just want to look at it up close like I'm a jeweler. She took the ring off, and then she had to play with it a little bit. She put it on her own ring fingertip. Oh, it sure looks good on me. Girl, you was not the fiance. You was the mama. Take the ring off. Take the ring off. So then she said, you know what? I guess I better welcome you to family. Welcome to the family. And then she rolls her eyes. That mom is mean. I know what y'all told me, but I'm telling you right now, what I see, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That mama is real mean. And she said she want to talk to Melissa outside alone, because she's like, are you trying to take my son away from me? And Melissa's like, what? We ain't here applying for the same role. You the mama, I'm applying to be the wife and the fiance. We really ain't even going up against each other. What you give to your son and what I give to your son is two different things. We shouldn't even be in competition. But you are, Melissa. That mama is in competition with you. And the first lie that mama said is, well, the reason why I don't really like you is because you too much like me. That's what that mama said. That mama said she had a conversation with her own sister and her own mother, and they both said that they liked Melissa. And the mama started crying because the mama and the sister said, well, we really like Melissa, so why don't you like her? And that mama said to Melissa's face, yeah, because I really don't like you. I really don't like you. Now, I know what y'all told me, that she don't like her because I guess Melissa was stuck up. The family was stuck up. And so when she told Melissa the reason why I don't like you is because you too much like me, Melissa said, that is a put down. That is a real put down. That's worse than you just saying you don't like me anyway. It's a put down to say I'm like you because I ain't nothing like you. Melissa's like, I ain't nothing like you. That mama, I don't believe the mama either. Because when that mama started talking, she said, you just like her. And Melissa said, that's worse than you saying you hate my whole guts. I'd rather you say you hate my guts than say I look like that I am like you. And that mama said, I'm just afraid that if my son Louis falls short, you won't be there for him. Well, I just thought you said she was just like you. And for what you said and what you've told us and what everyone is saying is you've always been there for Louis. Even when he was in prison, you stuck by his side. Isn't that what you told us, mama? Yeah, so if you believe Melissa's just like you, then why would you think she'd do the opposite of you? That's what I'm telling you, this mama's making up stuff. This mama's just afraid that another woman has come in and been able to get Louis on the right track, straight and narrow, and she was never able to do it. You see, Louis and his mother were very close. They were very, very close. And they were close, but the one thing the mother wasn't able to do is to keep Louis on the straight and narrow. She wasn't. She wasn't able to keep him out of prison. She wasn't able to keep him out of trouble. She wasn't able to keep him doing the right things, getting a job, saving up all this money, $18,500 to buy a ring. She couldn't do any of this. She couldn't inspire her son that way. And what she's really upset about, what she's really jealous about, was here this woman comes along, and guess what she does? She inspires her son to be a better person. And the mother wishes she could do it. Not only does she wish she could have done it, she also wishes she could have found a man like the man her son has become. You see, that's what I'm saying. This mother is doing a lot of projecting. One is she's mourning the fact that another woman has been able to make a better man out of her son than she has. And she's also mourning the fact that she herself doesn't have a man as good as what she thinks her son has turned into. And she's sad. And for both of those reasons, she blames Melissa, because Melissa is the manifestation of what she wished she could have been. Melissa is the manifestation of the mother wishing she could have turned Louis around, and she didn't. It was Melissa who did it. Unfortunately, Mama, that's how it works. A woman who is sleeping with your son and your son loves, it is a different type of motivation than you can give your own son. It's a different type of role, and a lot of mothers get it confused. They want to continue to be the hero in their sons' lives, but when that man, starts to develop affection for another woman, and that woman becomes more important in his life, that really does hurt a lot of women. It hurts a lot of women, and that's when they start getting into that blurring the lines between being his mama and being his girlfriend. It just starts to look weird. And Melissa's right. It looks weird. It looks really, really weird with a 43-year-old man and a woman mother saying, she's trying to steal you away from me. Just because he moved to New Jersey, another state. Poor mom. I understand. She's older. She's afraid, will my son leave me behind? She says she has a lot of anxiety over every time she calls him. She wants to know where he is. Every minute of the day, practically. She has a lot of anxiety surrounding. So I do feel for her, but the solution isn't to hold him back from this new life with a woman he loves and who obviously has had a good influence on him. Whether or not she was hard on Louis earlier, whether or not she made Louis feel as if he wasn't good enough, it looks like it's working out, and it looks like she gave Louis the sort of encouragement that he needed to become a better man. Listen, whatever works. In the end, what should be happy is his son has a good job, a stable job, 2 stable jobs. He's staying out of prison. He's staying out of trouble. He's staying out of drugs. He's staying out of doing the wrong thing. And in the end, that's what that mama should be happy for. It really is what that mama should be happy for. But as we move on to another person that can't be happy, we got to move on to Bianca. She can't be happy. Bianca can't be happy at anything. I know that this is the couple they titled the show after. The show was titled Sex Whisperer because Bianca says we need to go to a sex whisperer intimacy coach because we ain't got no intimacy, and this bedroom action we got going on is lousy. We need you to learn something, Daniel, because you don't know nothing about a woman's body. You don't know what turns me on. You don't know any of this. And Daniel says, shoot, my back hurts. I've been moving boxes and furniture all day at this new job I got. Can you give me a back rub, Bianca? And she says no. She probably still mad over that cup of coffee that he didn't get her 2 weeks ago. But she said, I will cook you some eggs. Them eggs was sticking to the pan. She didn't even scramble the eggs before she put it in the skillet. She just did that lazy type of scramble when you just crack the egg in the skillet and scramble it in the skillet so the white, the yolk and the egg white all mixed together in the skillet. You have yellow and white eggs as opposed to some people just like the eggs all the way yellow. That's me. Scramble my eggs before you start scrambling them in the skillet, please. But Daniel tastes them eggs. He's like, these is nasty. These eggs are nasty. Bianca don't care. Bianca don't care if she's still, cooking you some nasty food because she don't really want to cook anyway. So that's just a license for her not to cook no more, Daniel. You ain't saying nothing. But Daniel says, yeah, you know what? I'll go with you to this intimacy coach if you also go meet a friend of mine on a double date because he wants us to meet his fiance. So they make a deal. So first, Daniel and Bianca going on to this little intimacy coach to learn a better sex, sensuality. And he says, you know what, I've been trying really hard. She goes, you ain't been trying. He says, I've been trying, but nothing ain't working out. And Bianca said, yeah, it don't work out because you want to kiss me for 2 seconds. And the next thing you know, you want to put it in. She said, I'm tired of this rough sex. And, he said, well, wait a minute. This is what I thought you liked because when I was in prison and you was writing me all these letters, all of them letters, you were talking about handcuffs and choking you and, slapping you around and slapping your booty. She's like, yeah, but this ain't what I was describing. You kind of twist my body in all kind of ways like I'm a pretzel. She's like, you need to learn about the vagina. He said, I thought you liked this stuff. She goes, I don't even know why you do this in the bedroom. Girl, porn. A lot of these men out here be watching these porn movies, and just because their women be liking all that stuff, they think regular women like it too. They don't realize half their women been acting. Half the women been acting. Next thing you know, men are coming home trying to do the same old stuff, and women are like, this ain't even sexy. This don't feel good, nothing. So Bianca said, let me drag you on over here to the intimacy coach so you can learn a few things about intimacy, how we can learn how to connect emotionally so that way it can translate into the bedroom. And they get on over there, and the intimacy coach says, well, the lack of, specialness and closeness in the bedroom is more than likely something bigger. And Dane says, yeah, I know that's what it is. It's a deeper issue, but Bianca don't realize it because, Bianca running around here, like I said, she's the president of the Dumb and Dumber Club. And they start trying to practice a little bit of tantric sex and connecting and sitting on his lap and asking a series of questions like, what are you afraid of? And, what do you like in me? What are my strengths? I love that you're passionate. I love your abs, Daniel. I love your strengths. And then all of a sudden they get back on the hot topic, the one that always sets her off, the one that gets Bianca going. And that is, what is the current status of your relationship? And Daniel says, a girlfriend and boyfriend. And there go Bianca. She can't hold it in. No, we not girlfriend and boyfriend. We supposed to be a fiance. We fiance. You proposed to me while you was in prison. I mean, Bianca reminds Daniel every single day that he proposed in prison. And every single day, Daniel reminds Bianca, yeah, but I didn't give you no ring, so I never made it official. What I say in prison don't count. I'm in prison. I'm going to tell you anything in prison. And he said, it don't count. It does not count because I never gave you a ring. And once again, Bianca is fit to be tied and she's ready to have a tantrum. I don't know how many times we got to tell these two they're not compatible. Even the friend they went to go have this double date with, his name was Gator. It was Daniel's friend from prison. And even Gator was like, y'all not compatible. You are not compatible. You're not compatible emotionally, physically, financially. None of it. Mentally. None of it. All the different elements in which you could be compatible mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. You're not compatible at all. Y'all can't even stop arguing you can't get through a day without arguing. You can't get through an hour without arguing. And Bianca said, who is this man? Harpo, who this man? Because Bianca said, I don't want to listen to him talking about how we shouldn't be together. I need a ring. And the minute Bianca sits there and starts talking to that fiance of Gator, because he brings his fiance, Bianca's got to start telling that girl everything she mad about. I tell you, Bianca loves to complain. She don't care who. Bianca will complain to a wall, a stuffed animal, a dog, anybody, a stranger. She can't wait for the moment to get somebody in front of her so she can complain about Daniel. She complained about Daniel to everyone, complete strangers. So here she is once again meeting this woman for the first time. It only takes one vodka and cranberry to loosen her up. And once that vodka and cranberry loosens her up, she's ready to spill the beans on how Daniel proposed to her in prison with no ring. And now that he's out of prison, he wants to renege and take it back. And that girl was like, girl, we got different problems. You ain't me, because Bianca up here trying to act like she's the same as this girl because this girl was engaged to her man while he was in prison. But she's like, nah, I knew my man before prison. We had a relationship. You went up here online and sought out a man who was in prison. Completely different things. Completely different. But Bianca don't care because all she want to do is have somebody to complain to. This girl will call up any friend, anyone, to complain, and that's what she's doing. She's still mad about no ring. She goes, when am I gonna get a ring like this woman got a ring, Daniel? And Daniel says no time soon. And once again, she was upset and she got up and had a tantrum and walked away. Dumb and Dumber. I don't know why Bianca thinks she's so entitled to getting engaged. I think it's because she brings up the same thing over and over again of how much she paid for Daniel. She like, Daniel, you bought and paid for. I done moved all the way out here from Florida to Arizona. I done put money on your books when you were in prison. I did all this. I deserve a ring. You bought and paid for it. That's basically what Bianca did. Bianca went out and tried to buy herself some love. And she's like, I done paid for you already. I deserve a ring. And Daniel is like, no refunds. All sales are final. He ain't issued no refunds, no replacements, no nothing. Nothing. I don't see Daniel marrying Bianca anytime soon. He already said she's not ready to be no mother or no wife. But guess what? He ain't putting on no condom. So he gonna be a daddy sooner than later. Like I said, Dumb and Dumber. These two are dumb. Neither one of them are ready for a marriage nor a baby. And I think the last couple that's probably the biggest Dumb and Dumber of them all of this episode is Kim and Joey. Both of them. Muffin Top Joey. Joey looked like he gaining weight. I know Kim running around here thinking that Joey's on drugs. Joey ain't on no drugs. All that weight he putting on, what kind of drugs put the weight on? That would be the only drug that Joey's on. I don't think Joey's on no drug. He probably got COVID. I don't know what he got, but he sure don't act like he on no drugs and all that weight he gaining. Now, I could see if he was getting slim and trim, then maybe I would say something. The only thing going on with Joey is he's sick of Kim. Because he's sick of Kim. He's sick of Kim, all her lies. He's sick of Kim of all the stress Kim is putting on him. Joey don't want to be here, but he ain't got nowhere to go. Kim running around here looking for new houses. She says she can't stay within her budget. She says she can't stay within her budget of $185,000 for this new house because those houses don't look good enough. So she done found a new house she wants. It's $215,000. And she's going to have to come up with 2.5% down or 3% down. 3.5%, I believe. What's FHA? 3.5%? 3.5% down, and she ain't got the money. Can't be doing all kind of stuff and she ain't got it. This girl. So what did she decide to do? They both decide we ain't got the money, 3.5% down, so we're going to have to go ask Kim's daddy for the money. Kim got everybody supporting her, and then she turned around and gave the money to Joey. I tell you, nobody need to give Kim no money no more. Kim running around here getting $2,500 a month of child support from that ex-husband for a son that may not even be that ex-husband. She getting $7,000 down payment from the daddy. All around and turn around and go to some bank and try to get a joint bank account with Joey. Dumb and dumber. Dumb and dumber. So she over here looking at this house, $30,000 above her budget. She goes, ooh, it's got 2 lots. Girl, why you need 2 lots? You barely need 1. You ain't even got money for 1 lot. You looking at property with 2 lots? Ugh. And Joey can't even find a job. Ain't nobody trying to hire Joey. Nobody, because Joey's lazy. And they sitting over here talking about Kim only makes $1,600 a month. And the mortgage on the new house going to be $1,500 all by itself. Yeah, $1,500. I don't include taxes, insurance, utilities, nothing. Y'all can't afford no house. Go sit down. Joey don't even have no job. This is irritating. They're out here wasting this agent's time taking them around to look for a house. Then Joey going over there to that daddy tomorrow. Hey, you know what? We saw a house we like. It's $215,000, but I ain't got no job and no down payment. Can you help a brother out? Can you help a brother out? And that daddy said, yeah, I'll loan you the $7,000 as long as your name ain't on the mortgage and on the deed. He said, the only reason I'm going to do it is for my daughter and my grandkids. I refuse to do anything for you, Joey. So you can't be on the deed or nothing. Wait till Joey hears that. Wait till Joey hears that the daddy saying yes with a big old butt. But you can't be on the deed. He said, Joey, I got my eye on you. You ain't shown me nothing yet. You still don't have no job, but you run around here all the time acting like you got money. And Joey says, I'm going to get a job as long as it's a job that I don't feel tired to go to. Well, I guess you ain't going to get no job because everybody go to work tired. Everybody be tired to go to work. What is Joey thinking out here? He got so many stipulations to work. It's got to be easy. He got to want to go. He's got to like it. And he ain't got to be tired to go. What kind of job is that, Joey? Selling drugs? Next thing you know, these two is going over there trying to open up a joint bank account. Why the heck would Kim be opening up a joint bank account with Joey? Every time she done given Joey the debit card, the first time he went out and bought $315 worth of Christmas gifts and gave them to the kids like they was all from him. Next time he went and spent $2,500 on rims and tires. And this girl is still going over here and open up a joint checking account. What for? Why? Why you need a joint checking account, Kim? She love appearances. She just want to keep up. She want to do all the things like a married couple does, but they not even married. In fact, she ain't even divorced from the first husband. This girl is silly. Then she over there in front of the banker telling all her business, talking about, can I restrict how much money he takes out? Let me tell you something. If you scared about somebody taking out money out of a joint account, you should be opening up a joint account with them. Joey ain't even got good enough credit to open up no joint account. This is ridiculous. Dumb and Dumber sitting in front of the bank officer, opened up a joint bank account saying, how can I restrict his withdrawal? But I don't want to tell him I'm restricting it because I want him to think that I really trust him. Like I said, Kim loved to lie. She loved people to think one thing and something else is completely going on. She done given this man a car with a tracker in it, a phone with a tracker in it. Now she want a bank account with a tracker in it. Girl, all this tracking you doing, why, Kim? Why? This is just dumb, y'all. This is just dumb. He says he wants him. She said she wants Joy to feel like he's free, but he really ain't free. I guess this is a new kind of prison. Now she all over here paranoid that Joey's lying to her. You know why she paranoid? Because she's a liar. I mean, you know who's the biggest person paranoid over someone lying? Most of the time it's people who's lying themselves. Liars always got to keep track of everybody else because they know they lying. They know that they lying. They never want you to leave the house. Never want you to go nowhere because they're afraid you're going to go do something because when they leave the house, that's what they doing. Dirt. Dirt. She got more trackers on Joey than the FBI. I tell you, she is something else. But the minute they leave that bank, where does Joey want to go? Straight to the stereo shop. So he says he needs some new amps and speakers for his sound system in his car. Kim is like, why the heck are we in this store already? The minute you get a debit card, you right here talking about you need some nice stuff too sometimes. Dumb and Dumber. These two is dumb. And then Joey got the nerve to get mad at Kim and tell Kim, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Then you can go on home if you want to. These two is dumb. Like I said, they are dumb. But next thing you know, Joey is sick to his stomach. He can't get out of bed. He got diarrhea. He throwing up. His stomach hurts. He got sweats. His back is hurting. And Kim is over there thinking, oh my good Lord, please don't tell me this man is on drugs. Please don't tell me this man is on drugs. She said, let me call the doctor, try to get you into the doctor's office. And they said, what's his Medicaid number? And Joey said, it's in my car. And Kim says, I get it for you. He goes, no, don't go in my car. I don't need you to see what I've been doing. I don't want you to see what I've been doing. And Kim is like, why can't I go in your car? Why can't I go look for nothing in your car? What you got to hide from me? She all paranoid. She talking to that mama saying, you think Joey's back on drugs? That mama said, well, if he hanging out with old people like he used to, the old crew, more than likely that might be what's going on. He may be back on that stuff. He might be back on that stuff because the type of pressure Kim is putting on this man. I mean, think about it. This is a man that just got out of prison. Already she hit him with being a husband. So he got to get a wife. He got to take care of 2 new kids. He got to still figure out whether or not the kid is his. He got to take a paternity test. He ain't got no job. And now she's talking about we got to buy a house too. There's a whole lot of stuff for a man who just got out of prison and who's never been able to take care of himself really well. All of a sudden you want him taking care of a house, a wife, and 2 kids. Girl, Dumb and Dumber. So of all the couples this week, I'm going to say that Kim and Joey take the prize of the dumbest couple of all. That's what I got to say. They're the dumbest couple of all. But anyway, that's all I got, y'all, for this week on Love After Lockup. And I guess I'll see y'all next week. Talk to you later. Bye.